Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski, and you are looking live at two unfortunate faces that are just happen to be in front of cameras doing a podcast. But we got a good amount to get to today.
Yeah, there is a lot to get to. Make sure you are following us on social media at I'm Fat Pod. That is TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We've got our Facebook fan group, the I'm Fat Podcast fans page. That's a lot of fun. We've got our Patreon, patreon.com/I'm Fat Pod. A couple new patrons this week, so thank you for that. We appreciate that. Every little bit always helps, of course. We've got our TeePublic shop, I'mFatMerch.com. I've got a funny story about an TeePublic shirt that I bought this week for you later in the show. What else? Anything else we need to get to? Rate, review, all that good stuff. Make sure if you're watching us live on YouTube or if you're watching the recording on YouTube, hit that like button for us, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, because once we hit 1,000, we can start monetizing this bitch, and that would be good.
And 1 week, or next week's podcast, whichever day it ends up being, is
the selection show.
It's the March Fatness selection show.
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
Yeah, totally. Like, oh yeah, gotta keep writing those down, don't I?
Yeah. And of course, if you're with us on YouTube, you can join us in the chat. That's what Wuku Heed did and what Brian Kelly did. I met Brian Kelly at Walgreens.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, are you Jay?" I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "I'm Brian."
In a bad Southern accent?
No, that's what I said. I said, "You're the Brian Kelly I like." But I think I confused where I knew him from, because I started talking about hockey. He's like, "When's your next show?" I'm like, "Oh, tonight. There's a game tonight." Because I don't know. I chat with every podcast I do has a chat, so I forget who comes from where. Sure. But hello, Brian. It was nice to see you. Why was I? Well, I was getting my mom chapstick. I think that was the trip that day. So if I looked a little frazzled and somewhat annoyed, now you know why. All right, here's where we're gonna start, Rick. We're gonna have, just to get our minds working. It's early for us, right? I went to a concert last night. Was stayed up late. We're just sleepy people in general.
Yes.
I want you to
like crap. So yeah.
I want you to think of French fries.
Okay.
Imagine French fries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's not that hard to do.
Right.
And now I want you to start listing adjectives for French fries. Like, for instance, if I was going to do it for cotton candy, I would say soft, sweet, pillowy, stringy, whatever. Please do this for fries for me.
Crispy.
Okay.
Salty.
Okay.
I guess depending on the type of fry, you could say crinkle.
Okay.
You could say spiraled.
Okay.
You could seasoned.
Yes.
Is another good one. This is, I don't know how well of a good of an adjective, but like, kind of the skin on, like a natural cut.
Okay.
That type thing.
What you're doing here is proving my point. I was leaving work one night very late, and a commercial for McDonald's fries came on.
Okay.
And the first adjective they used was fluffy.
For the inside, maybe. Like it should be like it should be a nice like crunch on, or maybe not crunch necessarily, but some sort of like the outside gives you a little bit of something, and then lighter on the inside. That's what it should be.
But that was the first and I believe only adjective they used to describe McDonald's fries, which I love. I think McDonald's fries are the go to fast food French fries. But fluffy is not a term I had used for fries before.
No, like I understand what they're going for, but no. That's a no for me, dog.
And if they're going to be, I would imagine fluffy fries would be like a steak fry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Something with more potato in it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, or like a potato wedge from B-Dubs, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
that would be more of a fluffy kind of a fry.
Sure.
But I was like, fluffy. And I wasn't upset about it. I was kind of like, that's a really interesting term to focus on when describing fries.
Yeah, like I feel like that has to be paired with like crispy outside, fluffy inside. Like it has to be in conjunction with something. Just saying fluffy is not great.
Yeah, it was. I just thought it was odd. I'm like, that's the one, huh? That's the first
Yeah.
with for a French fry.
Yeah. How many meetings and how many people in said meetings had to agree to this?
By the way, can I just say this as
Yes.
someone who considers himself an ally?
Mm-hmm.
Are McDonald's commercials, like when they're targeted towards black people, really over the top?
Like Popeyes over the top, or
Like, just like the people are talking in a very like stereotypical manner, and like I don't know, if I'm rubbed the wrong way by them, I have to imagine that black folks don't love it either.
Right.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, ooh, this is kind of aggressive. Like, who are you trying to sell these to? I've always thought that about McDonald's. I've always had that uncomfortableness with like, this is clearly targeted marketing.
It's like the Buscemi gif where it's like, hello, my fellow blacks.
Yeah, it's something like that. It has that feeling of in their effort to be like relatable and like this is what those people enjoy. Like, just be normal. Just just have people. You can usually kind of venture a guess of the ethnicity of a person just by their voice.
Sure.
Yeah, like there's certain like I don't know what you would call it, like
markers.
Yeah, or like features to like regional. Like I know if you're Southern, I know if you're from the Midwest, I know if you're from the West Coast.
Right. Unless you're just adept like Brian Kelly of going in and out of any accent you need.
Yes, of course. But you don't have to like really amp up the blackness. I feel that in the McDonald's ads a lot. And maybe it's
a great album though. Amp Up the Blackness.
That was my favorite Public Enemy record.
Oh, okay.
By the way, an aside, finally, De La Soul's entire catalog is available for streaming.
Yes.
Finally. So I've been listening to a lot of De La Soul this week because it's so good. It's so good. So if you're a fan and didn't know that, they're back on, or I think they're for the first time on Apple Music and Spotify and all those places. So that's fun. Anyway, fluffy fries.
Fluffy fries is
it's not bad. I get it. Kind of like, okay, wouldn't be the first, and that's why I quizzed you. Like, how many is it going to take for Rick to get to fluffy?
Yeah, it's something I thought of because, like, with crispy, see, like that's how I think it: crispy outside, fluffy inside. Like, if I'm going to use fluffy in relation to fries, that's how I'm doing it. It's not independent of anything.
Right. I agree. All right, there. Okay. That was the 1 a.m. ramblings in my brain of getting ready to drive home and hearing that ad. The other thing is WGN radio on a weekend night.
Yeah.
Friends, that is interesting. It's this old people yelling at clouds, the radio show.
Well, it sure as hell wouldn't be a podcast or a TV show. It would have to be a radio show.
Yeah, it could. There's no other option.
Yeah.
That's my mom. That's up to radio with WGN on all the time.
Well, I mean, to be fair, what radio station actually values weekend programming anymore?
Good point. That's a very good point.
Especially at night.
Yeah.
Anywho, I had a good meal this week, and there were fries. I don't think they were fluffy necessarily on the inside, but
okay.
I was because I'm what was I looking for? Oh, I was going around a couple places because I'm looking for a new couch. Because magically, no matter how good of a couch you have, when you sleep on it for basically 2 years, and you're me, you feel bad for the couch. So I need a new couch. So I was like looking at a couple places, and I ended up getting dinner at the Yorktown Mall, which was like nearby a place I was looking at. And by the way, the food court at the Yorktown Mall,
I haven't been to Yorktown forever.
Expansive. Just like, so I have the list of just all the food.
Is it expansive like you're Brian Kelly, or is it expansive in its large?
Well, true.
Oh,
Yes.
it's too expansive for me, Brian Kelly. I don't make enough money. It's expansive.
There's a lot of stuff here. So, okay, of course this thing reset on me. So let me go back to like restaurants. Okay, so this is including, I'll try and filter out as I go because some of these are like in the area around, like in the parking lot. But just a sampling of food you can get at the Yorktown Mall.
Okay.
Auntie Annie's.
Win.
Yeah. Says Baskin Robbins is there. I didn't see that, but I don't doubt them.
Okay.
Billy Goat is part of the food court. There's a place called Burnin' Mouth, which I haven't tried. It's Nashville hot chicken.
Subtle.
Yes. The place that I tried that I'll get to, Charlie's Philly Steaks.
Okay. I wonder what they have.
Right. There's Chill Bubble Tea. There's a Cilantro, like the Cilantro Taco Grill place.
Mm-hmm.
Cinnabon, Doc Popcorn. I'd never heard of that, but it definitely makes the walkway smell pretty good.
Yeah.
Dunkin, Flat Top, Gloria Jeans, Honeyberry Pancakes Cafe is really good. Jamba Juice.
Damn.
Like there's Panda. Some of these places closed. Like I don't think Rock Bottom closed, but some of the other places did. Sabaro, Sarku, which is Japanese food. And there's a sushi and ramen place. Like there's just a lot of options around there.
Here's the thing with me. If I'm in a mall and there's a Sbarro, there's no competition.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's part nostalgia. But then when they opened a Sbarro by us in the Prudential, it was as good as I remember. And I loved it. It had nothing to do with nostalgia. I'm like, this is damn good and a good value. I love Sbarro, but that's a lot. So that's all in the mall or like in and around?
Most of it is, a lot of it is in. Let me see if I can remember what was actually in the food.
Rock Bottom.
Yeah, Rock Bottom was in like one of the associated parking lots.
Okay.
But let's see. In there, Auntie Annie's was in there. Cinnabon was in there. That Cilantro, Billy Goat, the Japanese place, the sushi place, that Charlie's Philly Steaks, that Burnin' Mouth, Sbarro. That might be it.
Okay.
But I mean, a good like 8 to 10 places you can choose from just in the food court.
And that's not a huge mall by any means.
No, it's not. But you could tell they've put more of an emphasis on the food, probably because they're like a lot of the stores are pretty similar wherever you're going in a mall.
Yeah.
But either way, so I settled on Charlie's Philly Steaks, and I got the Kentucky bourbon steak, Philly cheesesteak, and it was pretty awesome.
That looks incredible. What is that orange thing on the top left?
Yeah, I took that thing off of there. I asked for no tomatoes, but they gave me tomato anyway.
I figured you might.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, we won't be doing that. So the tomato went away. But on mine, there was obviously the steak, like a Kentucky bourbon glaze, cheddar, crispy onions, and lettuce to make it healthy. And usually it comes with sauteed onions as well, but like texture-y. I was like, I'm already getting the crispy onions. I don't need the sauteed onions as well.
Yeah.
Man, that bourbon glaze was good.
That looks good. That is a big old sandwich too.
It is a giant sandwich, quality bread that actually maintained integrity, like a little bit crispy. So actually anytime it lost integrity, it wasn't from like being damp from all that meat on there. It was from like the crisp and me taking a bite. Okay. So yeah, really good.
When bread loses integrity because of the juices, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm a little more sensitive to that. Okay. Like I know that's a me thing. But I mean, just like the balance of like that bourbon glaze, the quality of steak was pretty damn good. And then getting the crispy onions on there too. Like, yeah, buddy. And the Stick Save 35 looks like a burrito on a bun. It's pretty close. Thankfully, didn't have the same impact as the last burrito or chimichanga that I had. So, the bun? The bun was clutch. And so it was a really good vehicle for this. And those fries are really good.
Were they fluffy?
They were crispy on the outside and fluffy-ish on the inside, I would say.
Okay.
Like not like the best fries I've ever had, but a real quality fry that I would get every time I go there.
So that's Charlie's Cheesesteak and Yorktown Mall.
Yes.
That looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with that. So on the topic of sandwiches,
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this place for a long time. I think I talked to you about it. Mr. Submarine.
Yes, yeah. You'd asked if I've ever been, and I had to show my ass, which is bad for everybody because I haven't.
They're kind of like few and far between, but there's enough of them. Like you're always not too far from one, but they're to me also they're never really convenient.
Yeah.
I don't have one really close to me at all. So I had to kind of make a special trip. So the other day I was leaving my parents' house, had some extra time before I had to get to United Center. So I just took Western Avenue home or to the city because I did. Anyway, long story short, I ended up on Western. So I'm heading that way, and right across the street is Nikki's of Beverly, which I love. That like one of my go-tos. I'm like, you know what? Tonight I'm going to go to Mr. Sub just to give it a try. And man, was it good. I could not believe how good it was. It had been so long since I had it. And I was, it's kind of, I don't know how to describe this without it sounding like an insult, but it's not. Like Mr. Subs are older. It's an older sandwich chain. So like your average Jimmy John's or Jersey Mike's are going to be like spotless, spick and span, like really nice and clean. You know what I mean? Whereas Mr. Submarine has probably been there 15, 20 years. They've got fryers. Like over time, like the grime is sort of set in a little bit. Like it's got the menu board with like where you push in the, you know what I mean? So it just, you walk in there and it's not like the most immaculate place. It's not dirty. But it just has a different vibe than like Jersey Mike's is all bright and like here they are making the sandwich in front of you. It's like definitely there's a presentation element to Jersey Mike's.
Are you telling me that Mr. Submarine doesn't have agave cream soda?
Oh my god, that stuff is so freaking good.
It's so great. But that's like the perfect like now thing that if you said that back then, they'd be like, get out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they don't, but Mr. Submarine has an RC machine. So there you go. So I just got the American sub or the American club. So it's turkey, ham, cheese, bacon.
Okay.
And then they do the whole thing, like the juice, the seasoning. It's not, I don't think it's quite as much as Jersey Mike's does in terms of like what is all in the mixture. But man, the bread was incredible. Super soft bread. Softer than Jersey Mike's, softer than Jimmy John's. Loved it. And they've got fries. So with the RC machine and the fries, if I had those two, my two favorite, Jersey Mike's and Mr. Sub right next to each other, I'd probably go to Mr. Sub more often.
Wow. Okay.
It was freaking great. And that Mr. Submarine has been there forever.
Okay.
That one's been there a long time. And there's a reason for it because it's freaking great. So I was really impressed with how good it was.
Okay. There's a couple. I'm assuming this is sorting by what's actually closest to me. I got Bellwood, Broadview, and Downers. So I've got options.
Yeah.
The Downers one looks like it's on Ogden. So that's not too bad.
No, it's good. The fries are good. Make sure you get the, the juice. Because I think what they have it all. They have like, I know, I'm sorry.
There, we call that a treat for those on the video.
But they have like a sauce bottle.
Yeah.
And the oil and the vinegar and the spices and everything are just all mixed in. So it's like one big shot. Boy, was it good. I was so impressed. The fries were a little overcooked.
Okay.
But that's just like a hit or miss kind of a thing.
Sure.
Loved it. And super good value. And again, the RC. The RC machine. Clutch.
I'm going to make sure I go. Because I'm excited. I mean, like, there's so many sub places, but still, I don't want to say no to a new one.
Oh yeah.
Also, another one that's like a more recent chain around here that I haven't had is Cousins.
I've had that once, and
I've never heard anything good or bad. I've just heard people be like, "Oh yeah, I've had it."
Yeah, I feel like I don't remember my experience from there.
Yeah,
good or bad. So I think it was probably fine.
Fine.
But there's one Cousins that is kind of by you, right? Is that by Oakbrook?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually right. It's near Penn Station on Butterfield.
Okay.
Because it's like for people that that probably know the Benihana in that area a little bit better. It's like just if you're heading east, it's just past Yorktown.
Okay.
On Butterfield. So like kind of if that's just past that before you get to Oakbrook, Mall because those malls are actually pretty close to each other.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, closer to Yorktown, but not basically if you hit Dick's Sporting Goods, you've gone too far.
Yes, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
There's also Blimpie, which
I've never had Blimpie.
Remember Green Bay Packers legend Jerry Kramer?
Yeah.
Every year at the Super Bowl, he has like a Blimpie sponsorship. That's like who escorts him around to Radio Row.
Yeah.
So he has his handlers walk around with like a big cooler, and they're just chucking Blimpie subs at people. So I had a Blimpie sub courtesy of Jerry Kramer at the Super Bowl once. That was fun.
Nice.
And that's fine. It was fine. You know who else has an RC machine, Rick?
I do.
Our friends at Frato's Culinary Kitchen, 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg. Go to FratosPizza.com. Go to FratosBakery.com. More importantly, follow them on Instagram at Frato's Pizza for the food porn account you've been waiting for. Frato's is incredible. And if you want to save 10% on your online order at FratosPizza.com, you can do it every time you order with the code I'm fat, IMFAT. You'll save 10% every time you place an online order at FratosPizza.com. What do you want to try there? Well, the question is really, what don't you want to try there? And that answer is nothing. They've got all the I'm fat stuff, the I'm fat burger, the I'm fat pizza, the I'm fat grilled cheese. They've got those giant mozzarella sticks that get even bigger on the weekends, which wouldn't we all love that? They've got the Cajun bites. They've got just wonderful, all sorts of pizza. You know, we got your traditional, pepperoni, sausage, cheese, and more creative kinds like the I'm fat pizza. Tons of burgers, tons of sandwiches. If you eat healthy, if you have a keto diet, Frato's can accommodate that as well. They're all over it. There is something for everybody at Frato's, and their desserts at FratosBakery.com are second to none. Absolutely incredible. So check out both websites, FratosPizza.com, FratosBakery.com. And again, to save 10% on your order at FratosPizza.com, use that code I'm fat. You'll save 10% every damn time you shop at Frato's, which means if you go 10 times, the 10th time is free. Theoretically.
Right. Yes. Okay. So I had a big event this weekend, which, mind you, also makes me sound like I'm a child, which kind of checks out.
Okay.
So without getting into all the unpacking of a whole lot of stuff.
Yes, that's a different show.
Yes. Due to a lot of life circumstances and being kind of lazy and hating doing certain chores, my place was a disaster in terms of cleanliness. So thankfully, might as well get the button ready because my friends.
Cue it up. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Marty and his girlfriend Amy came over. Yep. And then Sam came over later and basically cleaned up my place. Like gave it the old deep clean, or as we were calling it, the old Polish clean.
That's a good clean.
Oh yeah, like there was baking soda and vinegar everywhere. Like it was one of those cleans.
Okay.
So they were helping me out basically to get back to square one so that I could, live like an adult and actually have people come over here every once in a while. Novel concept. So let's play a game.
Okay.
Of what food was underneath Rick's desk.
Oh, this is fun. All right. I'm going to say there was at least part of a Tim Tam.
Ooh, no Tim Tams.
Oh, damn.
They're a little more expensive. You can't let those just hit the ground willy-nilly.
Well, I know you, and I know there had to be Skittles.
Oh, there were 100% Skittles underneath there.
I'm going to think an entire uncut, uneaten sausage pizza.
How dare you think that I would let no sausage pizza left behind, all right?
Is there any McDonald's under there that's been there for 5 or 6 years, but looks like you just ordered it because it does not go bad?
No.
I actually been down there. Oh, like 15 years. It looks like I ordered it now. That's
okay. There was a cereal.
Oh,
cereal down there.
Kix, corn pops.
Close in terms of style, but not that one.
Cocoa Puff.
No.
I don't know.
Different shape, but more flavor-wise, a little closer to Kix.
I don't know non-fruity cereals.
Honeycomb.
Oh, honeycomb. I always forget honeycomb exists. Actually, sounds good.
Honeycomb is delicious.
Yeah,
I love that. Is like probably my cereal one of ones.
Does it give you blasting diarrhea like Magic Spoon?
No, it doesn't.
That's good. That's good.
Yes. Oh, what? Now I have to even not food related. Like I had like the big stack of like Post-its or whatever you call it, so I'd never used those before, and then I just kept writing notes to myself, and I'm like, oh, there's like 6 of these under here. That's fun, and it's like stuff from a couple months ago, and I believe there was there one more item. It was just like, I think the other item was gum.
Oh, nice. That's good.
I think I had some gum under there.
Oh, fun. That's delicious. Did you eat it? We were like Buddy the Elf.
No, no, just dust. Just like wipe off all the dust. No.
Yeah. Oh, that's weak.
Yeah.
That's weak. You should have eaten it. Your video is frozen a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I might just have to switch
it back in.
Yeah. Go ahead. Well, here I think if I switch my videos.
There you are.
And then go back.
Well,
we'll have the better. Well, maybe if we go back
on air production.
Yeah, buddy.
Proving to you the live podcast indeed.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's better for everybody else. As long as you can hear me, like
there. Well, Rick just kicked himself out. I love it. All right. While we wait for Rick to reconnect, we'll tell you about our friends at Mazda of Orland Park. 8910 West 159th Street in Orland Park. Wow, the screen is way too big on my face right now, and I don't like it. Rick, come back, please. We were at Mazda of Orland Park this week getting our oil changed on the CX-5, which is long overdue because we are horribly negligent in terms of that. And once again, the service was top notch. We were in and out of there in no time. It was really just a very terrific experience. And Rick is back, making me zoom out. Thank God. The second to none service and quality at Mazda of Orland Park. The CX-5 is going strong, over like 180,000 miles on it at this point. Thing runs like a champ. It is an awesome vehicle, one of the best I've ever owned, and that's what inspired me to buy my CX-30 last year. About to hit 20,000 already on the CX-30.
Nice.
I'm driving downtown and back every day, so I'm putting those miles on it, and man, I love that car. It is so fun to drive. I look forward to getting in the car every time I do, and that's the truth. Go get yours at MazdaofOrlandPark.com. Ask for Eric Vates as I digest my breakfast. 444-3200. That's Mazda of Orland Park and MazdaofOrlandPark.com.
I should have put an alert out for this, but last week at the Jewels, there was a buy one, get one on Entenmann's products.
Oh,
yeah.
Minute.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, when you're living by yourself, you have to ask the question, do you get the buy one, get one, and then realize you're committing to eating that many Entenmann's products in the until, in the time before those go bad?
How's your freezer? You got space?
You think I need the freezer? That's adorable.
That would be
Jay. Let me tell you.
Edmonds is an 8-pack of donuts, right?
Yes, it is. And there's 4 in here.
Now, okay, you got what are those officially called? What is the official
crumb-topped donuts?
Crumb-top. Okay. When I was a kid, we got those all the time, and they came in chocolate.
Yes.
And I used to call them ash donuts because my parents both smoked. And when they would flick the cigarette, it would release like a oval, like a cylinder-shaped piece of ash into the ashtray. And when you ordered those in chocolate, those little cylinders on top of those donuts looked like someone had ashed a cigarette all over them. And they were awesome. But I call them ash donuts. And I don't think they make the chocolate ones like that anymore.
I don't think so. I mean, I love these ones. Like, of the Entenmann's donuts, it's my favorite by a country mile.
Yeah, they're great. And yes, a buy one, get one free deal is great for that. And the other story about them as a kid is that was the first time I looked at the ingredients of the chocolate donuts with like the crunchy chocolate shell with the yellow cake inside.
Yeah.
And I saw that soybean was an ingredient. Soybean's an ingredient in everything. But as an 8-year-old kid, I saw soybean and I'm like, these donuts have beans in them and I can taste the beans and I don't like them anymore.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Yes, I'm
because
fine.
kids are the worst.
Correct. Be included. And I remain the worst, so that's convenient. Yeah. So you got how many did you get? Did you do 4 or just 2?
Oh no, I got 2. I mean, I'm thinking it's just me that's going to be here. So yeah, that's 8. So that's like 16 donuts that I've got. And, they pretty much had more than 4 days until expiration. So I figured I'd be okay.
Well, yeah, you better ramp up. You don't want them to go bad.
No. Oh no. This is the second box.
Well done.
So
Well done.
yeah, don't worry. Like this week I got them, and it's just a little 4 donut breakfast. That's all.
You put something between them, and it's just 2 sandwiches.
Yeah, exactly.
There's 2 breakfast sandwiches. Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's put some eggs or whatever you want to put in between there and call it a day. It's the breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I'm inspired to get those again. I haven't had Entenmann's in a long time. Just because I'm like, you know how my brain works. Like I have these bridge too far things, like my weird, like I won't have chicken on the bone for lunch, which is a completely arbitrary,
but probably PTSD from working with Dan Bernstein and seeing him eat chicken.
Hail me while he ate those things. That's one of them. Like I can't buy myself a box of donuts. If I'm gonna get a donut, it's got to be an impulse buy.
Yeah,
I'd be like, ooh, the hot donuts now sign is on, and almost flip my CX30 over, pulling into the Krispy Kreme.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I tried something that everyone that listens to this podcast should try.
Okay.
Wingstop has a new sauce, and I think it's limited time.
Okay.
The hot honey sauce
at
Wingstop, it is freaking excellent. It is. Think about hot honey and imagine it exactly how you want it to be. That's how it is. It is spicy. It is sweet. It is like sticky. The consistency is lovely. I got, we usually will do when we order as a family, we'll do like a 30 pack and just kind of mix up the sauces. Sure. So that's what we did. I just got 5 of the hot honey. I'm like, damn it, I should have done 15 of these. Yeah. Because they were great. Yeah. Huh. Man, Wingstop, I'm telling you, just like I said last week.
It's so good.
If they were to add drive-thrus, they would be the king. They could be the chicken king. I'm telling you.
Yeah, like hearing that in my future, I've actually gone more towards the sandwich lately.
Okay.
Just get their chicken sandwich. It's on pretty good bread. Now I think I'm going to go 2 sandwiches because it's chicken, it's healthy.
Right.
1 hot honey, 1 lemon pepper. You know what you call that? A good day.
Yeah, those are the 2 flavors I ordered for myself.
Yeah.
The hot honey and the lemon pepper, because they're just killer.
Yeah, the Cajun is really good too. I like the Cajun a lot. The barbecue actually gets like glopped on a little. It's a little bit of a thicker barbecue, which is fine, but I don't think they adjust to how they apply it. So it's just like globbed on there.
See, I
actually. Oh, see, I'm yes. If it's chicken, I'm probably going to default to barbecue.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's me. Like when I'm ordering, to me, if like barbecue is different from wings for me. It's like 2 different decisions. So if I'm getting wings, I'm doing buffalo or lemon pepper, or something a more traditional wing sauce. Sometimes people will order like a honey barbecue and I'll eat a couple.
Sure.
But I almost never will order that for myself.
Okay.
Another weird thing for me. Another weird quirk.
Yeah, because, both of us don't have plenty of them anyway. So.
I think everybody does.
Yes.
All right. I've got, I have to tell you about this thing that I discovered. I went to the cleaners the other day and I picked up like my shirts because I don't trust myself to wash the shirts I wear to Hawks games. Like I dress a little bit nicer, like higher end flannels or like some button downs. And I want to be nicely pressed so they don't look like shit when I put them on. So I go to the cleaner. So this week I go pick up my order and it's like shirt. I'm Fat Podcast t-shirt. I must have left the shirt. Like I think what I did was took it all off at once.
Yeah.
And then I just like left it in the button down.
Oh, that's great.
Perfectly pressed and cleaned 0.0 I'm Fat Pod t-shirt. I was like, what were the people at the cleaners thinking when they saw it? Like, why is it
like Home Alone 2 when he gets his underwear done?
Yes. Why is this guy laundering a t-shirt? Oh my god.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I should have just brought the whole thing down for the visual gag.
Yeah.
It's just like I felt you talk about your moments of fat shame.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're these poor cleaning people, cleaning my giant ass shirts, and they're like, what is this thing? What am I supposed to do with a t-shirt?
Yeah.
It's like pressed, it's like perfectly, it looks like a piece of paper. It's so perfectly hung and pressed.
Mm-hmm.
It'll never be cleaner, never look nicer. That's for damn sure. And if you want one, go to imfatmerch.com and get one. Someone's talking about that we need, I saw in the chat that we need 15-ounce coffee mugs. I don't know what we have now. I use this to hold my pens, but is that only 12? What size is that one?
I have
That's
no
pretty-
idea. That looks like a pretty standard mug.
I think it's bigger than most mugs I have.
Okay.
But I'll find out. I'll have to go to imfatmerch.com and see what size that is. But that holds a good amount of coffee. That's pretty good. Okay. Do you have anything else? I got a couple things I got to get to before.
I have one other place that actually. Jesus! In 3, 2, 1. I have one other place that I tried yesterday.
Very good. Okay. So
I don't know why I haven't been able to talk at all.
I have 2 quickies and then a place I tried too.
Okay.
What are your thoughts if you go to a place?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it's like a hot dog stand, beef stand,
Sure.
and they have an aggressive sign on their pop machine that says no refills. Does that irritate you?
Yes.
Okay, I agree. Like, I probably paid like $2.50 for this pop.
Mm-hmm. That
Just-
costs you like maybe a quarter.
Right, top off my pop. And if you don't have refills, don't announce it. Just say
Well,
charge for refills. I'll be like, fine. But I walked up to the machine and it says no refills and like giant letters. And this was not Mr. Sub, by the way. I will not name this place because I like it otherwise. But I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not getting a refill.
I mean, I think it's better to have something saying there's no refills than like having someone refill and then there being a thing.
How about refills 25 cents?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or
Yeah,
like
it could be something. Yeah, don't be quite as aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that bothered me this week. Old
Okay.
man corner. And then yesterday, I met up with some of our old pals from Odyssey. Rachel Staub, who is the traffic coordinator. And for those that don't work in radio, traffic is not cars driving. It is ads running, those sort of things. And then Tara, who is the voice guy for the score and a bunch of Odyssey stations. More on that later privately, Rick. Because you're not the only one who is having issues with the old paycheck. Yes. And Herb Lawrence, who is my partner in CHGO. We went to Los Angeles. The bell's ready. Don't worry. And
also congrats to all you guys on 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year anniversary on the 3rd. Yeah. Great. Are you getting is a SWAT team coming for you, Rick? What is going on?
Well, see, the thing is, next door there's a firehouse.
That's annoying.
Yeah. So now that I'm using a mic that kind of picks up more ambient sound.
Yeah.
You hear it more than before.
Yeah, don't fart now. It's gonna get picked up.
And it's like it's gonna be warm today because obviously doing this live on Monday. It's gonna be like 58 today.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what I have to do? Crack the old window.
Yeah.
So now that sound is like coming in like loud and clear.
Yeah. Well, Los Angeles took them to there. They've all been there, but like I think I told you, I always get stressed out when I cook for people or when I take them to a place that I love.
Yeah.
Los Angeles is the place that I just strut into, just knowing that they're about to have an orgasmic food experience. Okay. And they loved it.
Now we're back to your HJ mechanic.
Yeah, we had ordered a big Los Angeles special, which is sausage, mushroom, onion, green pepper, and then Rachel got her half with no sausage. But everybody loved it, and then me and Herb took a pizza to go.
Nice.
So that's what we do. And I think I fail to mention this sometimes. If you try Los Angeles at 95th in California in Evergreen Park, make sure you order fries with the pizza. I know that's not a standard thing to do. Like pizza and fries don't really go together.
Yeah.
Those fries are killer and they go great with their pizza. So make sure if you go there, you'll get an order of fries for the table. I think a table can usually share, like an order of fries is good for like 3 or 4 people.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you got a big group, get 2. But make sure you get the fries at Rose Angeles too.
Nice.
All right. So you try to place, I try to place. We'll do that, and then we'll get to Ask a Fat.
So it was celebrating Sam's mom's birthday yesterday. So went to a place that's literally down the street from me. Like from the parking lot of the place, you can see the unfortunate looking building that I live in. And the place is Rosemary and Jeans,
Okay.
which is on Main Street. It is 116 South Main Street in Lombard. It basically looks like a converted old house.
Oh, it looks cool. The website looks cool.
Yeah. And it's like an Italian place. Real like when you think of the word quaint, that's what the inside is. Like it feels very homey. Not a ton of tables, but split between the rooms. And for one thing, like what was the drink I had? A raspberry. It's like a raspberry vodka gimlet, which had like lime in it too. It was pretty much like I saw raspberry, I saw lime, and I said yes.
Yeah, you're good there. That's a good menu. This looks good here. Holy cow.
Yeah. So like I got chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Like it was one of those where sometimes with a certain type of food, you go in and it's like, as long as this is on the menu, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Which is probably a bad way to walk into a new place. But I was thinking Italian and I had fettuccine Alfredo on the brain. So I'm like, this is going to happen. And it was pretty good. Like, I wouldn't say it wasn't holy crap, but it was good. Like, would I order it again? Absolutely. Would I go there again? Yes. So highly recommend Rosemary and Jeans. Like the staff there could not have been nicer. And especially considering like it's a house and stuff, you're working with a little bit of like, narrower walkways and stuff. But there was one thing that was funny, is that this is like this is a pretty big group that we've got. It was like 9 people.
Yeah.
For a place like that, that's a decent sized group. After we sit down, or like as we're settling in, a couple sits down at like a table behind us, and I'm sitting against a wall so I can see the rest of the room. And you can just tell that they're regulars, and they like their quiet meal at Rosemary and Jeans.
Oh.
So they see a family there with, God forbid, 2 children. And like the stink eye from this lady at this table looking over every couple minutes was so funny. But you know how I know that they're totally not stuck up, and that they're very, very cool couple is he was wearing a fedora.
Ah.
So we were just like batting 1,000. I'm like, stink eye, fedora, general disdain towards children.
Yeah. Seems like a cool guy.
So I was all about people watching them throughout the entire meal, like just getting more irritated by the fact that, there was a family.
Right.
Like, sorry. That's what's going to happen. And you know who was also like very happy to have the family there and like have conversation? The crap that you just shared is perfect.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Fedora, never a good choice. The point is, the staff at least acted like they liked us there.
That's nice.
What matters.
Yeah, that's what matters. And they're probably annoyed with those old people that are there all the time and always complaining.
Yeah. So the server had a great idea because there's not really like a kids menu there. She had Post-its and gave them with, I think, like pencils or something to the kids and said, hey, my kids are too old to want to draw pictures for me anymore. Can you draw me some pictures? So like, just interacting with everybody, making sure like, hey, kids have stuff to do so the parents can do their thing or the adults can do their thing. So it was like, could not have felt more welcome. Like seeing other people's plates go by too, like everything looks good. And yes, old people, they were old. Yeah. They weren't ancient, but they were old.
If you're not watching on YouTube, I put the Fedora flowchart up there, which is the easiest flowchart in the world. It says, do you need one? Yes or no. If you say no, it goes very nicely to no Fedora.
Right.
If you say yes, it goes to the next box that says, no, you don't. And then the arrow goes back at no Fedora. It's my favorite thing in the world. And when I went to Target this week, I tried on a Fedora and Hope's like, that was good on you. I go, no, it doesn't. Nope. I'm never wearing one.
Nope.
I'm sorry. My friend Tony wears a fedora, and if anyone can rock it, it's him. But I'm strictly a no fedora guy for myself. Sorry.
Yeah, I would mercilessly give you shit for it.
You should. And I'll also never wear a bowling tee. Or like a Tony Soprano, like
The bowling shirt.
A lot of fat guys wear. Nah, we won't be doing that.
I guess I can't technically rule it out, but because I'm an actual fat. But oh wait, no, bad review now. But yeah, also no new reviews this week, so we won't be reading a review. Either way, I hope I don't have to resort to that. I've also resisted the Hawaiian shirt thing, even at Andy Reid's best.
Yeah, those are a little better because you can kind of get like ones that are not too offensive.
Yeah, like not too obnoxiously Hawaiian shirt.
Or just like go way over the top with it.
Yeah,
then fun. Then you're that. Then you're the fun fat guy.
What do you mean? I'm not the fun fat guy now?
Well, you're just announcing it to people though.
True. Okay.
Yeah, of course. All right. Last thing. Last night, anyone who's followed us on the score for a long time knows the very awkward Christmas gift I received or birthday gift I received from Danny Parkins and Matt Spiegel years ago, where they put one of my favorite musicians on the air with me because I didn't get to. I went to see Lydia Love Us. This is years ago at the Hideout. And she's one of my favorite singers. And she was standing right next to me talking to a group of friends. And I kind of beat myself up because I didn't say, hey, I really enjoy your music. Thank you for a great show, whatever. I try to make a point of doing that. If I see a musician at the show, I enjoyed your set. I think they like hearing that, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't do it. And I had some remorse, right? So then because of the way Danny Parkins' brain operates, it has to become a thing. So then Danny puts her on the air on my birthday, and she is
definitely not an awkward conversation at all.
She is as socially insecure and awkward as I am. So it was very awkward, and I didn't know it was coming. So I had to interview someone with no warning that I was incredibly not ready to do. So anyway, she's one of my favorite artists. Everybody knows this. I haven't seen her live in like 3 or 4 years because pandemic, and then just the few times she's been in the area, it just hasn't been able to work. So a couple days ago, the Empty Bottle announced a free show for last night. And it was like a corresponding like promotion with Pizza Friendly, which is right before. So they had Lydia Love Us like actually designed like her own pizza for Pizza Friendly, and it was like a cross promotion. So I didn't have hers because it had way too many vegetables on it, but she designed her, and it's like Detroit style, like square cut, really doughy, excellent. She had roasted garlic puree, mortadella, black olives, arugula, and chèvre cream. It sounds good, but I'm like, I don't want lettuce on my, arugula, not my thing. So I got the burrata. You ever had burrata?
I don't think I have.
Basil and red sauce. It's like a creamy cheese kind of a deal. It was delicious. So then head over to the show. And here's the reason she's my favorite artist. Okay. Doors open at 7. Opener goes on at 8. Opener plays for a half hour. Lydia Love Us is promptly on stage at 9. She's done at 10. I was home by 11. I'm like, yes. Old man nights.
Nice.
It was awesome. But Pizza Friendly is a place I've tried to go several times. Like we went like on a Saturday around like 3, and they didn't open till 5. Like they have like kind of, I don't know if maybe we went at 1 and they opened at 3, whatever it was. Okay. They've got kind of like afternoon hours. So we missed it and had to go somewhere, so we couldn't wait and come back. So I finally got to go there. Dude.
Yeah.
It's so damn good. They brought food to the station once, and I'm not sure if you were there or not that day, Rick. I'm going to pull up the address here. I should have done moments ago. It's on 1039 Northwestern Avenue. So it's very small. It's right next to the Empty Bottle. They actually have a window in the Empty Bottle where you can walk up and like say, "Hey, I want a slice," and it'll hand it to you through the door.
Nice.
But man, it's got traditional stuff like pepperoni and basil. Sausage. They've got a miso mushroom, potato pesto, which the guy next to me ordered. That looked great. A potato pesto pizza with pepita pesto, Yukon potato, mozzarella, Parmesan cream, pickled reds and chives. That was good. I had the burrata. It was excellent. I needed so much gum after that burrata. Oh my God, I was kicking. But damn, Pizza Friendly was awesome. And you should go check it out if you have not done it yet. Again, 1039 Northwestern in Chicago. It's so damn good. It's tiny, really a small place, but holy crap. It's like elevated Detroit style pizza. And I couldn't recommend it more. It was terrific.
Nice.
All right. I think it has come time, Rick. Is it time to ask the Fats?
Oh, it is.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by our buddy, Charlie the Bacon Guy. And here he is with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, lemon pepper, giardiniera, and Cajun bacon. For bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, the mango habanero, as asked for by Jay, and the habanero honey, which was suggested by Eddie. So thanks for that suggestion. It turned out really great. Going to be doing a couple more R&D projects. My neighbor wants to gift his family some Malort bacon. He must really hate his family. I don't know, but we're going to try it for him. All the merchandise is in stock: t-shirts, hockey jerseys, stickers, hats, beanies, magnets, buttons, all the fun stuff you can decorate your gear with. Charlie the Bacon Guy goodies. Keep some of those great flavor suggestions coming. Really appreciate it. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
Yeah, the Malort bacon, I think you should make it because people are going to buy it out of curiosity.
Yes.
But like you said earlier, that's going to be a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I have less than zero interest in any Malort anything.
Have you had it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not as awful initially as people think. Like the first shot is like, okay, it wasn't great, but then it just stays there.
Yes, exactly. And it ruins anything else you want to drink.
Yeah, it lives on your tongue for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not great. But
like the best indication that it's not good is that one of the biggest stands for it is Chris Ranji.
Boy, you said it. That's accurate. Well, if you want to order some Malort bacon or any of the great flavors that Charlie mentioned, it's very easy to do. Shoot him an email, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com. You can find him on Instagram at charliethebaconguy. You should follow that account too, by the way. More food porn. And he's on Twitter at CZTheBaconGuy. But the Gmail is probably the easiest way to get things moving. charliethebaconguy@gmail.com. Place your order. And you will get all that great stuff and more. And yeah, he's always open for suggestions. If you want to try something and you order enough of it, he'll give it a shot and see if it's any good. Like with the Malort bacon, I think he's not going to make you a pound because he's going to have to ruin like a whole pork belly to try a new flavor. But if you order enough of it, he'll make it. So reach out with your creative ideas and let Charlie know what you want, or just order from his great flavors that he's already got, because you really can't go wrong. All right, let's get to our first voicemail and only voicemail. If you'd like to leave us one, 708-858-3314. 708-858-3314.
Hey, Fats, it's another Jay from Northern Illinois. Just wanted to chime in on a nice fat hack I have found, and that would be Skechers slip-in shoes. Makes my life much easier to get to work. Literally 2 seconds and they're on. Don't have to bend over. Don't have to tie them or anything. And they come in wide widths, which is absolutely nice. My only complaint is that during the Super Bowl commercial, they had Snoop Dogg as the sponsor for them, and he's way too skinny. He doesn't need these slip-ins. They should have had somebody like old John Goodman when he used to weigh whatever. So, all right, just thought I'd let you guys know. Have a good one.
I'm showing them on the screen here. These slip-ins. What?
The default fat person to endorse something is Fat John Goodman.
Why not?
I guess I just like you can hear like the wheels turning, and that's where we stopped.
I think it was the first fat guy that came to mind.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, so here's my thing with these. And I saw them at I went to Shoe Carnival before we went to Disney because I wanted to find some good shoes to walk in. I don't love the way they look. Like they're kind of not like stylish at all. I don't know. I don't really care. Like I'm not like a sneakerhead by any means, but
Right.
I think you could do a better job with these. I've worn Skechers before.
Yeah,
But
same here.
I don't really love the I don't really love the designs they have. And I know there's another brand. Yeah, okay. Hope was telling me about these. Kizzix is the other brand that makes these, and I haven't looked them up yet. And I'm doing so right now because I'd put all my shoes on this way anyway. Because
I've learned I'm one of the few people that ties my shoes every time.
I cannot believe you do that. That's bizarre. That's weird. That's just flat out weird. All right. So
I don't know. My theory is that because my feet are that wide, I feel like I need to loosen them up enough just to be able to get the foot in there.
That's fair. I guess I understand that. So here's the Kizzix on the screen. And you can see these are like a little more stylish.
Mm-hmm.
But are these all the like pop-on ones? That's my question. Like, are they just by default these pop-on kind?
I don't know.
Let's see.
This has turned into the I'm Shopping podcast.
Oh, really? No, I'm curious. I wanna get these. Yeah, it says hands-free, so they have to be.
Okay. Yeah.
These are cool. I like these better.
Yeah. Oh,
and
definitely.
They're a little bit more, but not a ton more.
Right. Now, how wide? Is it just like wide? Or they're like
wide EE, it goes up to standard and wide EE. Is that not wide enough?
That's not wide enough. I'm literally 4E.
That you could probably get with Skechers, I would imagine.
I would think so.
Well, give it a shot. And here we got Stick Save saying Hoka Bondi are the best. Are these Stick Save as we're interacting live with our live audience? Are those available in the pop-on shoes, or do I have to like tie them on? Yeah, I want to know the kind of I don't have to bend over to put my shoes on. That would be great.
Oh, I know part of the reason that I do that is I have a pair of shoes that I tried to do that with, and then like the like piece of, I don't know if that's like plastic or whatever for like your heel support. Yeah, it just kind of cracked in half.
So yeah, it'll do that.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a rough go in the shoe streets for me.
All right, fair enough. All right. Let's get to our Ask a Fats here real quick.
Ask a Fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the Fats.
Our first email comes from Jake. He says, "Hello, gentlemen. I wanted to say I was laughing out loud at Rick's situation at his girlfriend's parents. If you missed it, Rick clogged the toilet and had to walk away for a while said mess was remaining in the toilet, which isn't great. He said, I couldn't help but think about Dumb and Dumberer scene where Bob Saget finds the bathroom destroyed and says, there is shit everywhere. Did that go through your panicked head at all, Rick?" I've never seen that movie.
I haven't either. There was nothing in the previews of it that made it look worth seeing. So I'm like, yeah, no, we're not going to be, we won't be doing that. So It did not go through my head because I have not seen the movie. However, it very much went through my head that this felt like a movie type scene.
Yes, a scenario that could be a Farrelly Brothers moment. Well, look, you're still with Sam. That's what matters. She didn't leave after it.
Right.
And that was the conversation I had with myself after Willie Nelson's Crap Your Pants Ranch. I said, if I let it fly right now in this car with Hope next to me, will she stay with me? And it was not a bet I was willing to take. So I just held it as much as I could, and I made it. By the grace of whatever, I made it. So thank you, powers that be.
It took like 3 or 4 days for my stomach to get back to like neutral.
That's
which,
tough.
mind you, considering what I ate and how much of it there was, checks out.
Okay.
The next one is from Alex. It says, Dear Fats, I recently went to the movie theater to just buy popcorn and nothing else. Large, extra butter, layered of course. My wife and a couple of coworkers think I'm weird for doing this. Movie popcorn is on another level no matter how it's popped at home and seasoning added. Just wondering if I'm alone on this one. Also, what are your favorite seasonings / add one for add on? Yeah, I read the thing. Yeah, logic. Hey, for your favorite at home popcorn.
You are not the only person that's done that. We've had another listener tell us he goes in multiple times and goes back for refills.
That was one of the best stories ever.
Yes. Look, you're right. No matter how obnoxiously labeled the home popcorn is.
Mhm.
Extra movie theater butter explosion. It doesn't come close to the actual movie theater butter. So I get it. I've never done it, but I get it. In terms of toppings, I've been using Old Bay seasoning lately on my popcorn. That's really good. You can also just sprinkle on like hot sauce, but that can kind of make it wet if you're not into that. But any kind of like taco seasoning, like the little packet of what is it, Lowry's, I think, or Landry's, whatever brand it is.
Yeah.
Taco seasoning. Or we go to the spice house all the time and we get that Pilsen spice and put that on there. You can't go wrong. It's just whatever flavor profile you're looking for.
I only eat popcorn really when I'm at a movie theater.
Yeah.
I don't, and it's not like I will only, it's just like I don't eat that much popcorn.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I go, I get the most underrated chocolate bar. Well, it's not a bar, but like chocolate candy thing in the world. Bunch of Crunch.
Yeah, accurate.
But yeah, I mean, I'll have some popcorn, but I generally eat it traditional. Call me basic, but that's the way I do popcorn because I don't have popcorn very often.
See, for me, part of going to the movies is getting the popcorn because it is something I can't get somewhere else.
Yeah,
I can get Bunch of Crunch or whatever candy I have a taste for. Snow Caps, I'll go for sometimes. I get those at the Walgreens. But movie theater popcorn is a tough thing to duplicate. So I get it every time I go. And then you talk about your stomach not being right for 3 days. That's me with popcorn. Like, it's
really?
just oh yeah. It just sits in my stomach like crazy. So that's a calculated risk. I'm like, well, I don't care. I'll just not feel great for a couple days and live with it. All right. Last one here comes from Tim. He says, fellow fats, I don't know if this is a local decision or a company-wide policy, but one of the Mount Rushmores of the fat universe has made a mistake. I've noticed that my local McDonald's recently stopped handing out straws at the drive-thru. What? While I understand the need to cut down on the use of straws to save turtles, this was a big mistake by what can best be described as a prime destination for fats. When I asked, I was told that you now have to request a straw and that their lids are made so you don't need a straw. Not sure if you've seen these lids, but they are a spill waiting to happen. As we all know, fats spill, and let's be honest, the vast majority of McDonald's customers are fats. Between the clear cup, which was pointed out as a mistake several weeks ago on the show, and now the absence of straws, it seems that McDonald's is abandoning its base. You may need to organize some collective action against Mickey D's. Any ideas? Looking forward to March Fatness. That's from Tim. I have not seen this yet.
No, neither have I.
A couple times this week, and surprising. And I've gotten a straw and everything. Now, I will say Starbucks is a place that will ask you if you want a straw now, and they have cups with lids designed to drink out of them. And I always say no to the straw because I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Because the Starbucks lids are like, they're like welded on.
Oh, yeah. They're there.
There is somewhere, though, now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been like some one-off restaurant or something that has the sipping lid, not the straw lid. That doesn't bother me. As long as it's secure, it doesn't bother me.
Right. And you know what? I'll take that type of lid over the biodegradable straw any day of the week. Looking at you, Noodles.
Wow.
Your straws are crap.
Drag them, king. That's what the kids say. We're trying to appeal to a younger audience. Yes, Rick. Yes. Drag them. Are they paper or are they like the plasticky things you feel like you can chew up and eat?
They're paper.
Oh, paper straws are a fucking scourge. I'm very rarely stare on this podcast, but no, stop it. I understand turtles. I love turtles. Everybody loves turtles. Paper straws, absolutely not. Find something in between. Make me a new lid that I can sip out of. I'm not using a paper straw. I get a paper straw and I get angry. And it's not the concept that this does not work. At some point, this was tested, right? They're like, hey, we should make paper straws. Did no one think to try to sip out of it?
No.
Because the thing's basically useless after 4 sips.
Yeah.
Crap. And it ruins the taste. They have a taste.
Right.
It tastes like paper.
Right. Because I'll be, there's like something specific that I'll want from, like, let's say noodles or something like that. But then it's like, and every time I forget. Every
Right.
time I forget about the straw until I get there and I'm just like, shit. Is this food good enough to deal with the straw?
You know what?
Hmm.
I forgot about this until we had this conversation. I had a Fat God's gift this week. Earlier this week, I went to McDonald's and they gave me 2 straws. I'm like, why do I have 2 straws? I don't need 2 straws.
Mhm.
So I just like left it in my console. Right?
Mhm.
Yesterday, I got Wendy's, went to put the straw in the put the straw in the lid,
Yeah.
and the straw snapped. You know, it snaps in the middle.
Yes.
And I'm like, damn it. And I realized I have a second straw in here. The food gods were looking out for me last week.
Nice.
See? That was great. And I had to use a McDonald's straw and a Wendy's drink. Very strange. Very strange.
So it's funny, the McDonald's thing, because I haven't been to McDonald's in months.
Really?
It's not part of my regular routine.
Yeah.
Like growing up, we didn't have one that was that close. Like Wendy's was the closest thing. Also, Wendy's is generally better on the whole. So, like around me, like there's Wendy's, fast food wise. I mean, there's like Popeyes right here. Like those are my like main go-tos. Like I've got a Wingstop that's pretty close now. Like I've got everything.
Yeah.
But-
I'm using McDonald's on a necessity because it's the only fast food place by CHGO. The only fast food place that's open late. Like there's a Pockets and there's a Subway, but there's nothing I can drive through except McDonald's. And then on the way home, as I get off 57 and like Sibley there's a McDonald's there, but they just built a Wendy's.
Nice.
Which most people haven't discovered yet. So I've been going there. And by the way, took my parents to a doctor's appointment at the Loyola Hospital, like in Maywood on 1st Avenue there. So afterwards we got lunch at the Wendy's right there. And my dad walked in. He's like, don't you have 2 Dave singles for $5? I'm like, why do you know this? He's like, I saw a commercial. My dad pays attention to commercials. It's very strange. So he like knew the deal at Wendy's.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he did, because now I'm like, boy, it's actually 2 for $6.
Okay.
But that's a damn good deal. And I think
Yes.
it's 2 spicy chickens for $6.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, because like the double stack is not cheap anymore either, even though it's on the value menu.
Oh, and
So
then and they've got the freestyle machine. So I got late at night, I don't want the caffeine, so I get the Sprite Zero. Oh, Wendy's. Thank you. Thank you for existing.
I love Wendy's.
Wendy's is great. Yes. Yeah. That 2 for $6, Dave single. And I think you can mix and match them too.
Yeah.
I think 10 nuggets.
Okay.
2 for $6. It's 2 spicy chickens, 2 Dave singles, and there's something else.
Okay. That probably goes with their like 4 for $4 and their 5 for $5 or whatever.
Bag and all that stuff.
That type of thing.
So keep an eye out. And by the way, the first time I did it, they didn't give me the discount until I said it. I said I wanted.
Interesting.
I said, "Oh, aren't those 2 for $6?" And they said, "Oh yeah," and they fixed it. So make sure you say I want to do the 2 for $6 singles or whatever you do.
Okay.
So do it. All right, that's all I got, buddy.
All right. Well, follow us on all of our social media at I'm Fat Pod, imfatpod@gmail.com. Check out the Patreon. Those that have added on, thank you very much. I'mFatMerch.com for TeePublic products from us, or just if you're not looking for our stuff, use the link. Get whatever you want on TeePublic, and we get a little bit of a kickback because kickbacks are good, especially ahead of runoffs. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast. What's up?
I'mFatMerch.com. That's where you get the merch.
I'mFatMerch.com. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe and click like on each video. That helps us out greatly. And then subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the regular podcast feed. Rate and review it as well. The old 5-star rating is much appreciated. And if we get new reviews, we'll read them on the podcast. So for Jay, I'm Rick. 1 week from now, March Fatness Selection Show on the I'm Fat podcast.
I hope you have a fantastic day.
Just made it.